Yo, what's up, guys? Jetxc. I'm gonna quickly talk about the revenue charts here, and as you guys should know, with revenue charts, it is just an estimate. It's not as accurate as you think. I'm gonna be honest. I've done some personal research into just different things when it comes to gotcha game revenue, and it's very just hard to say. First off, PC isn't included. Android is the stats for it are done with the multiplier, and then Apple's actually pretty decently recorded when it comes to the gotcha revenue charts. However, it just that incident that happened with Woowa, it jumping from 6 million to adding another 5 million, making it like 11, was just insane to me. Plus, I've looked into some cases, like for example Snowbreak on here has made like 3 mil, and Snowbreak has been recorded multiple times, and I've done videos to where it's made over $30 million, but you'll see on here it's made 3 mil, which is just completely inaccurate. So for those that think this is accurate, I'm telling you right now, it's not what you think. It depends on the gotcha game, and the numbers, I wouldn't take it too serious, right? This is just for fun. It gives you an idea of where gotcha games are at, and that's pretty much it. So let's talk. So I just want to quickly touch on ZZZ. Let me know what happened in the comments chat during the month of October, because for it to go from 35 to 15, I'm guessing maybe there wasn't a popular character. Maybe there's like a wait or something like that. I'd love to know. Um, but let's move into the first major thing uh, for the channel here. So Weathering Waves went from 11 to 9 mil. So this was the Shorekeeper patch. Solid patch. Shorekeeper is very fun. Another support that can replace Verena, if not replace her. She could definitely be used for your second team, just like a Verena. She's just as good, if not in some cases better, depending on what you're doing. But yeah, solid revenue. I know a lot of people on X, Twitter argue back and forth between Weathering Waves and Genshin, but I was never expecting Weathering Waves to make Genshin type money. Uh, I think they're doing just fine. Um, I know some people have been complaining about the story and little things like that, but I'm gonna be honest, and this is just me personally, so don't take it to heart. When it comes to gotcha game stories, I don't take them too seriously because it's supposed to be like fun, lighthearted, and it's a mobile game. I spend like 10, maybe 15 minutes max on a mobile game, and I move on to the next thing. I don't expect my mobile games to have like crazy story. I mostly play gotcha games for the combat and then the characters. If those two things are good, I don't care about the story that much. So, but either way though, I think the story has been solid so far. I do think what hinders Weathering Waves right now is that we're this powerful god, and we don't know why we are, and we don't know what we can do. So it seems like Rover is helpless, but then he's like, he actually attempts to do something, and he does it because he's this god, right? So I think we just need to flesh out Rover in general. But either way, I'm fine. Story's solid. Okay, Nikke down here. So for Nikke, it's always interesting to look at Nikke. This is a game that I've officially played for 2 years. The longest game I've played for 2 years is Epic 7, and now Nikke is about to overturn that as my longest gotcha game I've ever stuck with. So Nikke is definitely holds a special place in my heart, right? Nikke is something that I can definitely comment on. So the first year of Nikke, we were seeing numbers anywhere between like the 25 to like 32 mil range. One of these was like the collab with Nair Autonoma, and then in 2024 we just went down. Like averages went down. And this is my personal belief, right? My personal belief for this is I think Nikke has kind of settled in to the fan base it's going to make. They've reported that the retention of players has been kind of somewhat the same. There's been like very minimal people leaving, which essentially all that means is the people that stuck with the game for the most part have stuck with it, and the amount of people that have dropped it has been minimal, right? However, I think spending for Nikke overall has gone down, and also getting new people into Nikkei is kind of difficult in my opinion. I think with the skin FOMO for gacha skins, for regular skins, for collabs, uh and for like just skins being in the mission pass but not being able to pick them up in the store because the costume shop is empty. There's a lot of things going on with Nikkei that in my opinion it's hard. Even the story. There's so many different, like if you're someone that maybe enjoys story, the amount of events you have to read through, the amount of story you have to get through, including like event stories that relate to the main story, dude, it's hectic. So yeah, I think that kind of attributes to where Nikkei is at now. And again, it's not to say that they're not successful. They're doing they're doing fine, excuse me. But 8 million is their lowest revenue that they've ever recorded. Now, granted, yes, this is right before the Annie. But if we take a look over here, this was right before the Annie last year, and they made 14 mil. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to see these numbers, but I think Nikkei is going to continue to keep this range. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think after the month of November's revenue, I don't even think we'll hit past 20 mil. That's just me. Because I think we've kind of settled down, and people that are getting Cinderella should be using golden tickets. But, we'll see. But again, Nikkei's doing fine. There's been a bunch of surveys for Nikkei, and I hope they listen. Quality of life is something I wish Nikkei focuses on, because I really do think if they could fix a lot of the things that I've talked about in my videos, I really do think Nikkei will be up there as like one of the best gacha games out. I know a lot of people think Nikkei is like the best thing out, and to each their own, but I don't know. I feel like they're saying that because they enjoy the story so much, which is fine, but there's definitely plenty of changes that Nikkei could do to make it overall a complete package. So yeah, that's Nikkei. So pretty great. Let's go back here. Oh, hang on. Okay, so that was Nikkei. Now let's scroll down. Epic 7 still doing decent. Azure Lane will never die. Reverse 1999. I always hear nothing but good things, so you'll never hear me say anything bad about Reverse 1999. Snowbreak 3.2. Now, I reported last month they made around, I think it was around 32 or 35 mil. And I can guarantee you it's the exact same amount, guys. PC matters. PC matters for Snowbreak. It's always number one in Japan whenever there's a new update. And CN plays a shit ton of this on PC. PC matters a lot. Especially when you play Snowbreak on your phone, you realize, wow, I need to play this on my PC. So now I know the censorship drama is pretty huge. You guys might have saw my video on the censorship drama. Censorship drama, but CN is actually pretty used to this. EN is not, so EN has been like in a stir. I think the people that have quit Snowbreak have quit it because, it was the second time there was a censorship wave for Snowbreak, so they just can't trust it anymore. Fair enough. There is a change to make the game uncensored, and based off of everything we've seen from the devs, they're going to continue to have a censored patch, and then if you change a file just one time, you don't have to do it every patch, just a single time, you will get the uncensored version. So they're going to continue to give us that, and I'm going to see where it goes for the next couple months with Snowbreak, because I do believe these devs are special, and they want to provide us with the same content they've been providing. So, yeah. Okay, so if we continue on, W for Snowbreak. Let's continue on here. Fellow Moon in China made 2.2 its first month. Interesting. I've seen a lot of cool things about Fellow Moon. I've seen some decent gameplay, and yeah, I think, honestly, I wouldn't even think much of this. I don't think they came out initially at the beginning of October, so we'll probably have to see till next month with Fellow Moon. Maybe we get an EN release too, or global release, I should say, but we'll see. Punishing Gray Raven doing fine. Brown does too, from 1.5 to 1.8. So this month we had the collab with Simran Kagura. The only complaint I really heard about the collab was the cutscenes could have been looter, which the devs did agree with, and they did admit that they had some issues with the IP holders. So they couldn't change it in time because of the issues going back and forth. So we got what we got. It is what it is. But again, it's a low key IP. I think people that know Senran Kagura used to play like PlayStation back in the old days and things like that. But still a solid collab. Obviously, this 3 mil is from Mushoku Tensei, which got a lot of people into the game. And yeah, it's been a big spike for Snowbreak over time. Or not, excuse me, for Brown Dust 2 over time. Now, a couple things for people that don't play Brown Dust 2. So they recently announced that there will be no dudes, no male characters. Some that have maybe... Sorry about that. I had a little issue there. Might cut out. But yeah, like I was saying, people may have a problem with this because the game started out with male characters, and then there's a lot of male characters from Brave 9 that people wanted to see in the game. However, I think they want to take Brown Dust 2 in a new direction. I've been saying that this game has been a waifu game for the past 10 months because the last male character that came out was like either December or January. I can't remember. I've been a day one player, so I could understand those that thought there would be male characters, but I guess they made some decision to go with all female, and I'm gonna be honest, they've been advertising it as that, and it's been working. So they will also be coming out in December with some special content for Nebris, and it looks to be a type of interaction thing similar to Azure Lane, but we'll have to see. So yeah, Brown Dust 2 is doing great. And I can only imagine the overhead for Brown Dust 2 has to be super minimal. But yeah, doing solid. Now, let's keep on going here. I think that's about it. Cat Fantasy, with Japan combining these numbers, Cat Fantasy is making 1.4 mil. We'll have to see when Japan gets into its third month, but Cat Fantasy is surviving, so, you know, good for them. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Oh, Aether Gazer with the PC client. Good to see that they're making a come up here. I would love to play more Aether Gazer, but I don't know. I think something really has to pull me in with Aether Gazer. I've been told in my community that they did change dailies to where you can sweep a lot more things. I think if we get that update on the inside and maybe the skins are a little bit more looter, or actually not a little bit, just looter in general, I think I'll hop in again. But we'll have to see. Either way, it's good to see the PC client out. Finally. Oh my god, it's been like a year since they've been yapping about that stuff. Maybe more than a year, actually. And yeah, it's good for them. Girls Frontline 2, this... Wow, 100k. It's going to be interesting to see when Ian jumps in on this, because this is crazy. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that's about it. Oh, one last thing. Higan Ithriel. I'm going to be paying attention to this game. I will be doing a video as soon as I hear something about this. They're going to be going through an overhaul for this game, so I will be paying attention to this. I talked about this on stream, so I'll be keeping an eye out. So, yeah. Okay, guys, that's it from me. Let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, I am out. Later.